Hello, right, so I've come over to Tracy's this afternoon. It's Monday afternoon, and we're going to do a weigh-in, and I've decided I do want to know how much I've lost this week, so we're going to do that in a minute. Thank you so much for watching. Some of you are watching every day, and I get some really nice comments, and it's really nice. I feel a bit of a star, and some of your husbands are commenting too, which is quite nice. I don't mean in that way, but what I mean is that, saying that they've been watching as well. So that's really good. Anyway,
roundup. How do you feel?
I feel full of energy, full of beans. I feel that I've lost weight. I feel that my wrists are a bit slimmer, and my ankles. I feel that my shower cubicle is bigger. As I keep saying, it seems to get bigger every day. I feel that there's a lot more room in there. I feel a bit more flexible, a bit more bendy, and I feel that my walks are getting a little bit easier. I think, was it yesterday when I said that I walked around and I carry another woman strapped to my shoulders?
Yes, it's me.
But luckily that woman's getting thinner herself, so I've got a bit more stamina and a bit more energy. So yeah, my first week, I always think the first week is the hardest because you've got to get up out of the gutter, really, haven't you? It's kind of the first few days, you're not feeling the benefit really, but you've got to do all the work.
Yeah.
And then as you start to feel the benefit, Alex and I have always said that we call it the zone, and I've always thought that once you're in the zone,
it's changing your mindset, isn't it? You've done it this time. You've done it for you. You've not done it for anybody else. The trigger, the bit that pushed you was you.
Yeah,
and that makes all the difference. It's like asking an alcoholic to stop drinking. They're not going to stop if someone tells them to. They have got to want to. Same with smoking. Because I've got to ask this question: how are you getting on with the inulin? Is it settling?
No.
It will. It will.
No.
Farty pants.
It's been horrendous. It has been horrendous. It's quite funny because Sally's dog has the most.
The dog.
He has the most horrendous wind, and we've always laughed about his wind, and we called him Mr. Methane, and I now feel like I shouldn't take the mickey out of him, and I should actually be quite sympathetic because oh my God, it better be doing some good internally because God, it's
you've got all that the new bacterias and you're in your gut, and it's all fermenting away, which is a good thing. And yes, it's all good. It's all good, and it will settle down. It will. Yeah, it's good. Okay. Now on Sunday, I'm obviously I get the videos first, and on Sunday I had a little bit of alarm because I thought, because I think Georgie, I think you'll agree with me, is a little bit all or nothing. Like when you did that Cambridge diet, you stuck to it. You did that really well, but it was all or nothing. And then when you finished, you fell off. Didn't you? Fell off.
Oh God, big time.
Yeah. So with Georgie's enthusiasm, on Sunday she was going out. She was going to take her shake, which is brilliant. She took a shake. Did you take a shake with you for lunchtime?
No, I completely forgot. But it's okay because I had a banana.
Okay, probably not enough to eat. You do have to eat when you're diet. So, you'd said that you were not going to have roast potatoes, and you were not going to do this, and you were not going to do that, and that to me set off a little alarm bell, because if you do all or nothing, you just can't. It's boring and it's too restrictive. So there's nothing. So I left you a little message, and I said, have a roast potato, just don't have half a dozen, but make some adaptations. So instead of doing your roast potatoes in a pan with lots of oil, do the plastic bag. Put the potatoes in a plastic bag after you've parboiled them with a tablespoon of oil and a parsnips or whatever it is, and shake them up, and then put them in. Give a small pan of spray with one of these kitchen sprays so it doesn't stick to the bottom, and cook them like that. Yes, you're not going to have as crispy roast potatoes as you would have done, but if you do like the double dunk for your chips, so you get it up temperature, whack the oven right up, and then just blast them at the end, you're going to get a fairly good spud. And with gravy, if you make your own gravy and you skim off the fat, so there's nothing. And you've got the juices. I mean, you've got the juices from the meats, you've got the if you've steamed your vegetables, you've got the water from the that you've cooked the vegetables in. You can make a thin gravy, and you don't have to miss out.
Yeah, but what I did yesterday was I chopped up loads of vegetables. I chopped up sweet potato, cauliflower, courgettes, peppers, some garlic, some aubergine, and I did the oil in the bag method, and then I roasted them off for about 30 minutes with the family, and I really loved having the mixed vegetables. I thought that worked really, really well, really nicely.
That's good. And I know I've mentioned this quickly in another thing, but it was really, really good to see that you realised, well, the words were overeater, portion size, graze, triggers, petrol station, listening, mindfulness and awareness. All of those things that do make the difference. It's you that's thinking mindfully and working out for yourself where your pitfalls have come from and how to avoid them, and that's really good. Like the petrol station, I think you're going to have to send Peter the heater there and with his wallet.
That's a good idea, isn't it? Knowing Pete though, he'd get all the fuel, pay for it, and then come back with a bar of chocolate for me.
Oh dear. So how do you feel? So I've put here mentally, physically, and your self-esteem.
How do I feel? I feel on top of the world, really. Yeah, I really do.
Good.
I've never had a problem with self-esteem, even when I've been even at my biggest. I still don't have any.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's ever.
You've never let it get you down.
No, it doesn't. Just doesn't.
No,
just
cool.
doesn't.
And physically, you're.
Well, I'm lithe as a gazelle,
Yes,
clearly, and
yes.
yeah. I tell you what happened yesterday. Actually, this was quite an interesting thing. I had to break into a run, but I mean, it was probably only 250 yards sprint, and it was at the pancake event, and it was a sort of spur of the moment thing. I didn't think about it, but. What's funny is that when I was running at sort of my full speed, I thought, God, this is quite easy. And then when I got to the person that I was running to talk to, I actually could speak to them without having to stand there for about 10 minutes and, get my breath. So I was really quite pleased with myself.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
And I think, I was thinking about this today when I was on my walk. And that is, if you have let's imagine I've lost 7 pounds this week. If you're walking down the street with a bag that weighs 7 pounds, it's harder than if you're walking down the street and you've put your bag down, isn't it? So if I've put my bag down this week, then it's a little bit easier.
And just think, I mean, I have done this with one of my clients. She lost a good few kilos, and I got her to stand still with her eyes shut, and then I gave her how many kilos she'd lost. I think it was something like 20 kilos. Which is a fair amount. And she nearly dropped it because it was seriously heavy. And I said to her, if you put that to your body and walk, if I'd given this to you at the beginning of this session and made you walk around with it and do all your exercise carrying it, you'd have said. So if you think about your spine, how it's been compressed by that weight. Think about your heart having to do all that extra work to push the blood round and to move you, and that losing weight, it's all pluses, isn't it? It's all pluses, it's all good. And Georgie's got a Garmin Fit. She's done 7,306 steps today, which is good. Now, 5,000 steps sounds quite a lot, but it's the equivalent really of just sitting on the sofa. We are designed to walk. So 5,000 steps should be a minimum amount that anybody does. And sometimes it's really quite difficult for people if they work in an office. For example, they get up in the morning, they have their breakfast, clean their teeth, walk downstairs, get in the car, walk to the car, drive the car, get out the car, walk into the office, probably get a cup of coffee, sit at that desk. Next time they move is either to go to the toilet or have cup of coffee, back to their desk, sit there, lunch, go to the canteen or get their sandwiches out, go sit somewhere, come back again in the afternoon and the evening, walk to the car, come back.
But I bet that they would do significantly less than 5,000
Oh,
steps.
they do. That's what I was
It
going to
amazes
know.
me how many steps I've done today. I mean, I've done 2 dog walks today, and I've still only on 7,300 steps.
So, but those people that
It's
do
obviously
only
40.
do those people that do only, you know, when they work in an office, and they don't get, you know. And the thing is, if they don't eat properly during the day, and you've got the mental stresses of work, that you come home and you feel knackered, so you sit down. So sometimes people don't do more than 3,000 steps, and that is, you know, that's not good for your health. It really isn't.
No,
good for
but
your
I can
health.
believe that if I've had a busy day of nails,
Yeah,
you know, the only thing I do is I run up and down stairs between clients.
Yeah.
That's probably
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Luckily now I've got Buddy.
Yes.
You know, he
Well,
needs his walk, which is great.
That was going to say the steps. I was going to lead on to the walking. Walking is just perfectly natural, and that's what we're designed to do. So you don't have to go and sweat it out in the gym if you're just more active during the day. So if you, for example, you're a mum and you put the kids in the car, you drop them off at school, and you drive to the gym, and you go, you go and do a workout. You might go run on the running machine for an hour. You're going to burn tops 500 calories, so that would be pushing it. And then if you go, then jump in your car and go home and sit down and have a cup of coffee with a thing, oh, I've earned this. A bit like you were saying the other day, you know, you're trying to reward it, and you get this skew balance thing going on in your head. Then and then you watch the television, or you just, you know, say potter around the house, and you don't do anything else for the rest of the day. Got a bit of daytime TV on, which actually is a don't do that. And then you go and pick the kids up, then you do your dinner, and that you've actually expended less energy by doing that than if you'd have walked the children to school, if you can, if you'd walked to the shops to get some groceries, if you could, if you'd done the ironing and taken walked every single, so do a shirt, go and walk upstairs, go and put it away, come back down, do something else, walk it that over there, go out take the dog for a walk, or your neighbour's dog for a walk. If you're expending more, just generally expending energy like that, you shouldn't really, as long as you're not overeating, you really shouldn't have too much of a problem. So I'm hopeful that now you've got you're consciously thinking about the foods that you eat, and you're consciously thinking about your level of activity, and you have, you know, Buddy that you can take up in the morning and the afternoon. And it's not a chore, and it's great because you've got friends now that are saying, "Oh, I'll go out for a walk with you." So it becomes a sociable thing. It's, you know, you don't have to sit in the coffee shop. You can go for a quick walk. You know, it's all good. It's all good. So that's it. Anything else to add?
No, I don't think so. We're just going to go and do the weight now, and we'll report back in 2 minutes with some figures.
An update. Dun